Excel Chapter 3 Exam Review. I've opened my start file. Step number 1 wants me to save. So I'm going to do File, Save As, and I'm going to navigate to this PC. I have my 1010 folder on my documents, or in my documents. So I open my 1010, open Excel, and I'm going to save this in my Excel Chapter 3 folder. They want you to type your last name, underscore, your first name, underscore EXL03, underscore SA1 center. I've saved the file. I'm moving to number 2. Number 2, they want us to group the worksheets. Grouping the worksheets ensures that anything we do on one sheet will happen to all of the other sheets at the same time. To group, I want to right click on any of the sheets below the tabs in the workbook. Right click on one of the sheets and choose Select All Sheets. Notice the worksheet tabs colors are dimmed now, and at the top in my title bar you will see brackets with the word group. This ensures that your sheets are grouped. Do not move to another sheet because that will ungroup them. And you want to make sure everything you do is going to reflect on all the sheets. So they want us to put a formula in E5. So I'm going to go to cell E5, type equals. That tells the computer this is a formula. And they are subtracting both direct and indirect cost from the income. So I'm going to take income, or click on B5, minus. I'm putting the two costs, indirect and direct, in parentheses. So I'm going to do left parentheses, click on C5 plus D5, and right parentheses. And I want to hit enter. Enter gives me my total. I can go back to that cell, use my fill button or autofill. Point to this little green square at the bottom right till you see a black skinny plus sign, and drag and fill. If you don't see formulas changing, you may need to go to your formula tab, calculation options, and make sure automatic is checked. Moving along. Number 3, I'm going to apply a currency style. I want to select 2 ranges at the same time, B5 through E5. Select B5 through E5. Hold down Control on your keyboard and select B8 through E8. And go to the Home tab, your Styles group, and choose Currency, the one with the 0 in brackets. Moving to number 4, I want to do a new worksheet, insert a new worksheet. There's a plus sign down here at the bottom that if you hover over it, it says New Sheet. Click on it. You now have a blank sheet. We want to rename that sheet. Instead of Sheet 1, double click right on top of Sheet 1 and type Summary, the capital S. Make sure you hit enter after you type Summary so that it closes that entry, because now we're going to right click and choose a tab color. If you didn't hit enter, you can't do your tab color. And I want brown accent 5. It's the next to the last column, first row. And I want to move the summary worksheet to make it the first one. So I just drag and drop it right to the left of first quarter. So that is all number 4. Number 5, we're going to go to any of these. I'm going to go to the first quarter, and I want to select A1 through E4 and copy that range. But when I paste, I want to make sure that I keep the column source width so it looks exactly like it is. I want to keep the formatting. So I'm going to do Control C, but when I go to my summary sheet, make sure your cell's in A1, but you want to click on the Paste drop down or Options button, and make sure you choose Keep Source Column Widths. So I've done that, and then I'm going to replace text. So I want to change A2. You want it to say City Center Annual Revenue. So I'm going to double click on rental, make it annual, and then I'll just delete everything after revenue. A4, we want to make it quarter instead of rental item, type quarter. In A5, we're going to type first quarter. We want to use our fill button to autofill through A8. So I'm going to click on A5, use the fill button like we do for our formulas. Click on the green little square until you see a black hashtag or plus sign, and drag to A8, and you'll have first, second, third, and fourth quarter. Type total below it in A9. And we're going to go to B5, and we're going to enter a formula. We want to tell the computer to enter a total in B5 from another worksheet. So we type equals to tell the computer that it's a formula. Click on first quarter and click in B8. Hit enter, and you'll notice that automatically the B8 total transferred to my summary worksheet. Type equals for the second quarter. Click on your second quarter tab. Click in the B8 cell and hit enter. Hitting enter brings the total over to the summary sheet. Same thing for the third quarter. Equals. Click on the third quarter tab. Click on the B8 total income, and fourth quarter. Equals. Go to the fourth quarter. Click on the total income for the fourth quarter and hit enter. We have finished number 7, and now we want to select B6 through B8. B6, oh I'm sorry, we did our fill. Next we want to select B5 through B8. Whoops. And we want to fill that. Actually, they don't want us to fill it. They want us to use this new analysis button. So we're going to click on the quick analysis button. It's a new tool. It's a different way to get a total. Click totals in the middle, and then the sum button in the far left. And that's just a different way to do auto sum for our total. Moving along to number 9 is what I wanted to do. Select B5 through B9 and fill this whole range at the same time. Instead of clicking on the quick analysis, get yourself to the fill button with the black plus sign and fill over through E9. And now everything is filled. Now on row 9, select just the numbers and go to the styles group and make it total cell styles. Now we want to group the worksheets again. So we're going to right click on any of the worksheet tabs and choose select all. We can tell it's grouped because it says group at the top at the title bar, and notice our worksheet tabs are dimmed. Let's see, control home, make sure you go home, make sure you're in A1, and we want to add a file name and a file sheet in the left and right footer. So we're going to go to insert, header footer, and we want to go to footer and go to the left. Click on the file name element, click in the right part of the footer, and click on sheet name. In order to get back to normal view and to see your sheet name, you want to click right above it, click in a cell, get out of the footer basically. Then you can go down to the bottom right of the window or the status bar and click the normal button. Then do control home. I think I had to do that earlier too. Moving to number 11, we're going to check the spell check. Notice we're still grouped so that it checks every tab. Review, ABC, and it looks like I'm good to go. Now it wants us to ungroup the sheet. So I just click on any other sheet and it automatically ungroups. You could also do a right click and you would see you would do a right click and you could do ungroup sheets. But like I said, I just moved to another sheet and it automatically ungroups. From a summary sheet, we want to do a clustered bar. So we want to be on the summary sheet. We're going to select A4 through A8. A4 through A8. Hold down your control button to select another range. C4 through D8. C4 over to D, down to D8. We're doing both indirect and direct cost. We want to, we're going to do a clustered bar chart. So go to Insert. The bar charts are with the column charts. So you can click on the Insert Column or Bar Chart, and the bars are left to right. So I go to the 2D bar chart. We want to move this to another tab, so we're going to move chart. It's the far right icon in the Design Chart Tools tab. Click on New Sheet. We want this sheet to be titled City Center Costs with an S, and click OK. Now I have a beautiful bar chart on its own worksheet. I want to make it style 10, so my chart styles are in my Design tab. Click on your More button until you get to style 10. Change your chart title. I just click right in the chart title and just start typing City Center Costs, again with an S, and hit Enter. And we're done. We want to save this workbook. So I'm going to close it and save my changes. And that's it. Thank you.